Okay, thanks, Donna. All right, so we're just going to, before we jump into the actual comparison class, I'm just going to show a quick video which introduces you to the idea of becoming a consultant, whether it just be to earn your Thermomix and off you go again, or whether you decide to, like me, stick around. I think like many of us presenting tonight. It's been about 11 years for me. I joined just to earn my Thermomix, and here I am. I'm still here and loving it. All right, so here we go. Just a short video, and then we're going to get on to the comparison class. All right. Can you see the Vimo thing, Donna?
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Yay! I did it right.
Yep. Perfect. You can go to full screen tests with the
I will.
button next to Vimeo.
Yep. Did you also hear the sound, or have I got a...
No sound yet.
No sound yet. So we'll go back, rewind, share sound, and here we go. It's a lovely Helen.
That's what makes the Thermomix business opportunity so unique. We empower thousands of talented and passionate individuals to take their careers into their own hands.
I started my Thermomix business because I felt something was missing when I retired.
I had been a stay-at-home mum for a number of years and I was finally ready to do something for myself again.
Earning extra money for family holidays and experiences.
My biggest achievement is building my share portfolio of more than $50,000.
We're selling 40 Thermomixes in just 1 month.
It's qualifying for ThermoFest every year. Who doesn't love a free holiday?
We've learned so much about ourselves professionally and personally. I learned how to build a social media presence with great content.
What I love most about being a Thermomix consultant is how incredibly rewarding it is.
We love meeting like-minded people and being part of the Thermomix community.
It's all the friends I've made along the way.
I earned this.
I earned this. I earned this.
No matter why you start or what keeps you here,
we all have one thing in common.
We use our Thermomix every day.
Where does your story begin in our business of serious enjoyment? Check out how easy it is to get started. The only thing to do now is to say yes. Say yes to a chat. You never know where it might take you.
All right. So that's just a little snippet of what's involved in, being a Thermomix consultant, some of the perks that we have. But we're going to get onto the comparison class now. If you are interested in just finding out a little bit more, you're a little bit curious, stay on after this class and we'll take you through the business information session, which will take about 15 minutes, and then you can go away and make an informed decision. All right, I'm going to hand over to you now, Donna, to kick us off.
Excellent. All right, you can see I have my beautiful TM31 sitting here. This is Thelma, everyone. If anyone knows my social media, it's Thelma the Thermo and me, and this is actually Thelma. I have kept hold of her for the last 13 years. She has been the OG, almost the OG my OG, but we do have some TM21s here in Australia, which I've never used. I actually want to get one. I'm a bit of a collector of Thermomixes. Hence, I've still got my TM31 and she is still functional. However, she does sit in a bag because this little lady here, Nora, is so much more technologically advanced than my darling Thelma here. So one of the main differences, now I'm not cooking anything in comparison tonight, but I did want to let you know that I did do a boiling water test just before we started. And Thelma here took 9 minutes and 20 seconds to boil my water, 1 litre of water. And Nora here took only 7 minutes and 45 seconds to boil the water. So that advancement in technology means things are even quicker with the TM7 as well. All right, so a little bit about Thelma here. Her scales start in 5 gram increments. So she only weighs in 5 gram increments. And then when you get to 100 grams, it starts going up in 10 gram increments. So our lovely Nora here, she weighs, which the girls will talk about as well, in 1 gram increments, right up from 0 all the way to the 3 kilogram max that you can weigh in a TM7. Timing wise, again, you can be much more accurate with the setting the timers in the TM7 as well. The TM6 can start with, you can do 1 second up to, let's see, it goes up to 1 minute and then it goes in 30-second intervals. So a little bit less accurate with how much time you can go, whereas the TM7 you can go in seconds. And of course, you've got the slow cook mode built into the TM7 as well. So you can actually cook for up to 10 hours in the TM7. Whereas in the TM31, it's 99 minutes is your maximum that you can set your time for in the TM7. One of the other biggest comparisons is, of course, your size. So in the case of Thermomixes, size does matter. Look at my little TM31 bowl here. It feels so small. So this is your 2 litre maximum capacity bowl. You can see it sits in the cradle here, and it is a stainless steel. So one thing I didn't time before is actually the TM31 bowl, because it gets hot while you're boiling the water. It took a good probably 5 minutes to cool down before I could actually touch the bowl. Whereas my beautiful Nora over here, she's much more safe. The bowl is much bigger. Have a look at these together, my 2 jugs side by side. Don't laugh.
You're a bit lopsided there.
A bit lopsided. Nora is 2.2 litre capacity bowl. And as you can see, this beautiful insulated cover here means that my bowl doesn't get hot. So safety wise, she's got a bit of a stain on her there from dinner, I think. This is much safer on your bench, particularly if you've got little kids around in the kitchen as well. And it sits much less assuming on your bench than our beautiful TM31 as well. So not only are those physical features that we're looking at, as I said, the TM7 is next level technology. You can see here on the TM31 that we've got all buttons here. So it's all manual cooking. So you're following a recipe from a cookbook or online. This is what you have to do with Skinny Mix's recipes, the manual cooking, which of course you can do in your TM31, but it's not, again, as accurate with your temperatures. You've only got 37 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70, 80, 90, and 100 is your maximum temperature there. So when it comes to getting caramelization and color, which you will see with Donna on onions and things like that, the TM31 just does not compare. And you've got buttons for temperature, and then you've got your dial here. And you've also got this manual locking on your lid. So you pop your lid on and you've actually got to squeeze this until it beeps so that it can close. The other thing is, those who have a TM31, a TM5 or a TM6, you will know and you'll see the noise level when you are crushing ice. It is quite, you do hear the power of the blades, but also your hard food hitting that stainless steel bowl. The TM7 is much, much quieter. Even when I was boiling water before on speed 2, the TM31 was whirring away, and the kids were almost asking me to turn it off so that they could watch TV. Whereas our TM7 has a beautiful synchronous motor in it. It's virtually silent up until speed 2. I did a demo for some owners last night, and they were amazed by how quiet the TM7 was. And they said to me several times, have you started it? Have I actually started it? Because of course they were doing the cooking. So yeah, it's very, very quiet, virtually silent. So we've got next level technology, as I said. It's what are we saying? It's an evolution or a revolution?
Revolution.
A revolution of technology as we go from Thelma through to Nora. So as
Can I ask why you call her Nora?
Because noir is black in French.
Ah, that makes sense. There you go. I was just curious. I'm thinking, is there a Nora Jones connotation there or no?
No. Much simpler than that.
Much simpler. Yeah. I have to agree with you though, Donna, because when we first got the TM7, I had that on my kitchen bench. My husband has never gotten excited about the 31, the 5, the 6. But now that the 7's come along, he's like, oh my God, it's so quiet. I no longer have to shout out warning when I go to mill almonds or anything like that. So for him to get excited, it must be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the boys in the family, they need that quiet while they're watching TV.
Yeah,
but they
and
also
reading the
love
paper and listening to the radio.
They also love their yummy dinner, so they can, you know, take it or leave it, really.
That's it.
The guided cooking is what I love most about the TM7, that revolution in cooking. Just having, you can see what I've been cooking today, made some cheese and bacon rolls for the kids, but just that ability to tap on a recipe, hit start and have it all there at your fingertips. Now, one step at a time, tick off all of the ingredients, hit next. No having a cookbook that you're going to get dirty, and it's all there on the screen of the Thermomix, which I love.
Awesome.
The last thing I wanted to show everybody was the size of the Varoma, the steaming attachment, because of course the TM31 still had the Varoma, but again, I feel like it's so tiny. It's like almost like Lego size, I feel like, when I hold it against the TM7. So that one was only 2.2 litre capacity in the TM31. There we go. And yeah, someone's mentioning about the cook key on the TM5. Yes, no having that hanging off the side. But yes, none of that with the TM31. And then we've got our TM5 Varoma, which I'm not sure, is it 6.8?
Yeah, TM7 Varoma. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've gone from a 2.2 litre capacity to a 6.8 litre capacity. And look at that shape. The shape, the rectangular shape is so much better. And you can fit 2 1.2 kilo chickens side by side in this baby. And you can steam them. And steamed roast chicken is the best. All right. And then, whoops, of course we need the lid on top. And the lid cap stays in. As opposed to our darling TM31, when you flip the lid upside down, she does not stay in.
Yeah, she goes ka-ching, ka-ching across the floor.
Yeah, that's it. See? Boink. So, yeah, I love Thelma, but Nora is my new love, and I can't get enough of her.
Donna, could you just show me, because I'm conscious that the other two will be cooking with their two machines. Can you just show us how to release the blades quickly?
Oh, absolutely. So Nora and the other, Thelma and the other girls, you have to twist the base, pull that off, and then take your blades out. Okay, so that's that there. Let me get it back together. I've got to line up the little nodules. There we go. And then with the TM7, we're just, this little lever here, this is our blade release lever. We click that across, pull our blades out, and then our inner comes out as well.
Awesome.
All dishwasher safe. This part's a little bit like the base of the other bowls though. It can go in the dishwasher, but it really shouldn't need to.
Yeah.
'Cause it won't
And the
get
benefit of well, when we do have the availability of second bowl blade and lid sets, which hopefully it will be next year. When you're stacking up your bowls in your dishwasher, they fit so much more easily because they don't have the handle that the previous models have.
So yeah, I've just popped those back in there, and then it's a matter of clicking that across and we're all together.
Yeah, and that's really great for people who have arthritis in their wrists and find it challenging to get the blades out of the previous models.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Donna. That was fantastic. Very comprehensive comparison. All
and
right.
I'll just go through the chat and see if there was any questions in there.
Thank
But
you.
I'm sure T's all over it.
Yeah, I'm sure she is too. Okay, where are you, Donna? There you are. We're just going to spotlight you.
Hello.
Okay, Donna's from Tassie, guys. For those of you who don't know her, she's been on a couple of our cooking classes of late. Last time she was dressed up as what were you dressed up as last week?
Some sort of Halloween
character. Over to you.
All good. So I need to say thank you to my mum because I'm in my mum's kitchen tonight, and because she has a TM5.
Thanks, Mum.
Yes, so thanks, Mum, for that. So I have got both the 5 and the 7 in front of me, and it was so funny when I first turned this on. I went to swipe the screen, and I was like, "Oh, I actually can't do that on the 5. It's been a long time since I've used a 5." So obviously, the first thing that you'll notice is the size comparison in the actual digital screen of the two models. A huge difference, and then you've also got the housing is the other really big difference that you can see visually between the 7 and the 6. So the 7 is a lot more compact and a lot more sleek in design. It's a sleek little baby, this one. So you can get your slider boards as well for your TM5, which allows you to move it around because the scales are built into the feet. In our 7, the scales aren't built into the feet anymore, and it has a built-in glider board. So you simply just lift it and move it along your bench. Makes it really nice and easy. So that's our first thing that you'll see. And then you'll obviously see the really big difference with the 5 is this little thing on the side, which for those of you who have a 5, you'll have a cookie on the side, or you may even have the older recipe chips that go on the side, just the little round ones. So that allows you to have cookadoo inbuilt into your Thermomix. But with the TM7, it is all inbuilt straight from the screen. You hook up to Wi-Fi and you don't need to transfer them from your phone across. They all just live in there. So if we go into our search function, you've just got cookadoo straight on the screen and you can browse over 100,000 recipes. On your 5, you obviously need to send them across, and you only have the ones that are synced in on the screen of your Thermomix. So that's the very first thing that you'll see. We've also got the scale difference as well. So you've got 5 gram increment scale weights in your TM5. And I don't know if you've ever weighed out basil leaves or lemon juice in your 5, but I remember doing that and having overpowering lemony taste or overpowering not having enough basil leaves because it would never weigh out as much as you actually thought you were putting in. In your 7, you've got 1 gram increments. So it's always super precise. So if you're a baker like me, you will absolutely love the TM7. So that's our next one. And then the trusty old measuring cup lid, if you've still got one of these plastic ones and you flip it over and it falls out, I'll never miss that, to be honest. And then on our 7, we've got our nice sleek black lid on there that you can flip over and it won't fall out on you. The next big thing that we notice between the 5 and the 7 is when you turn on your TM5 to use it, these little arms lock the lid on. So you've got your locking mechanism built into the arms. On our TM7, it's all magnetic, so there's no actual locking arms. As soon as you go past speed 2, it will automatically lock that lid down for you. So another really exciting thing that I like. We've also got, what else have we got? Oh, the modes. One of the biggest ones ever. So on our TM6, we do have a couple of modes inbuilt. So if you've got a cook key, you would have downloaded a couple of new modes since it came out. So we've obviously got our scales, we've got our dough mode, pre-clean, turbo, And that's it. We've got a kitty lock on there too, and our reverse function. But on the TM7, there are over 20 modes, and we've got a little button we can click here that brings up so many different ones. Everything from rice cooker, sous videing. We've got the cutter that we can use on there too. We've got warm up, egg boiler, which if you're a 6 or a 7 owner, you would think that egg boiler wouldn't be anything too exciting, but it's actually one of the best things in the world to have. So that's a nice
one of my
reward.
favourite modes.
One of the most used ones, I think, amongst 6 and 7 owners, I would say so. One of the best ones. But what I will do is I will get into showing you our browning mode. So if you're a TM5 owner, the max temperature you can go to on here is 120 degrees, but we can get a lot hotter in our TM7. So I'm going to show you, I have got here today 2 lots of 200 grams of onion, and I'm going to brown them off between the 2 models, and I'll show you how I do that in both. So I'll start with the 5, and we're just going to manually do that. So I've just got, the onions are just cut up into wedges. I'm going to pop that into the bowl along with some olive oil. And I'm just guesstimating here today, we'll do a couple of tablespoons there. And then I'm going to pop that on for 10 minutes, which I have to manually do. And you know, the other thing I notice is when you turn the dial, it's like clicky and clunky. I'm not used to that. We don't even have a dial on the TM7 anymore, so that's very different. We're going to go up to 10 minutes. There we go. And we're going to put it up to 120. I'll turn it on in a second once I've got the other one started up as well. And we'll put that on to about speed 2. We'll go with that. Then we're going to pop onions into our 7 as well. Same amount, which I pre-weighed earlier. I'd normally weigh them into the Thermomix, but I just got it pre-done before. Our olive oil. And the cool thing about 7 is we actually have a browning mode. So you don't even need to manually preset anything. We're going to go into our mode screen and we're going to go browning. And then you can select whether you want it gentle or intense. We go intense today, Tess?
Yeah, why not?
I think so. So that's 160 degrees. So we can obviously get, that's 40 degrees hotter than what our TM5 will get. On our 6, we've just got this handy little play button. It knows that our lid is on. This is another really cool thing. I'm not sure if you can see the screen that close, but the visuals on the TM7 are incredible. It's showing me a visual now of the bowl, and it's saying a little arrow to put the lid on. And as soon as I put the lid on, it knows that the lid's on there and it recognizes and it lets me press play. So I'm going to turn both of those on. And then do you want to come back to me?
Yeah, we'll head over to Jodie in a tick.
I've got both of those on then. So 10 minutes and we'll have a final review.
It's such a shame that Zoom cuts out the noise, because it would be really great to explain or to show people the difference between the noise.
This is making 0 noise, and this is that constant whirring sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noise in the sound.
Okay, so can I get you maybe, Donna, just to explain how the high heat function works in the TM7?
Maybe you could enlighten me on that too.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know what you say, but
yeah, no, as soon as I start, you'll be like, oh, that's what she meant. I'll just add a spotlight. So with the TM7, it is for the very first, well, not the first time, because the 6 does this as well, but the blades actually don't move. They stop. And what that mimics is when you're frying onions in a pan, you're using a wooden spoon and you're sort of stirring it, and then you're stopping to let it catch and get that beautiful caramelization, which is your boost of flavour. And that's what's happening in the TM7 now. The blades will turn very gently and then they'll stop just to allow that catching of that caramelization, which is not going to happen in your TM5 or your TM31. So it's really quite unique. And as Donna said, it's getting up to 160 degrees. So it's really hot in there.
super hot. I don't know if you can see, but you can actually see the browning caramelization, what do you call that, the steam coming out the top, whereas we've got nothing in the 5. But I've got the full sizzle sound on the 7, and yeah, no actual browning noise in our 5.
Fantastic. Thanks, Donna. Well, we'll come back to you when those onions are ready. And we're going to cross over to lovely Jodie now. Back to Victoria.
Hey everyone, how are you all? Just waiting for the hey, how you going? All right, so tonight I'm going to be spotlighting the TM6 compared to the TM7. So far it's been so good, hasn't it? There's been so many differences, but obviously the TM6 is the closest cousin to our brand new TM7. So there are some really similar things with the TM6, but there's also some new technology that's come along with the TM7 that the TM6 can't do, which is, yeah, but we're going to try and focus on tonight. So one of the things that I'm focused on tonight is open lid cooking, which is something you obviously can't do with TM6 because we have these beautiful locking arms that keep the thermix nice and safe for us. But we have developed with the new TM7 a brand new locking mechanism, which we've seen for the very first time with the design of the TM7. With the TM7, I keep trying to say the wrong model. But the TM7 actually has a lock-on lid. So underneath of the lid here has some little clips. You might be able to see them there in the vision. So there's little clips here. Once you get over speed 2, your TM7 has a device that comes up from the inside of the insulated bowl here that locks the lid on. So it literally just comes up and twists and holds your lid on. Anything under speed 2, you can actually take the lid off. So even if you're not in open lid cooking mode, which I'm going to show you tonight, you can actually take the lid off. It will stop cooking. You can stir, and then you can actually put the lid back on, and it will start playing again. So I like to refer to it as a playlist on the TM7 because you've got your play button on there. You hit your start button on the TM6, but the TM7 has the play button. So I have actually boiled water tonight, so I can definitely concur with the lovely Donna at the start. The TM7 is way faster with heating up water. So I've had both on kettle mode. I've got them all heated up, ready to go. We are going to do some boiled pasta, which I know is like super basic, right? But the one thing that you probably miss with using a TM7 for things like that is having that ability to be able to just, have it like an open pot on a stove. So simulating that open stove cooking, as Donna also mentioned in the chat there, is something that we can't get with our previous models before. So moving the lids on and off, you actually have to stop the TM6 altogether to actually go in and adjust anything that might need adjusting within the bowl. Whereas the TM7, you can actually literally lift the lid off, it will stop cooking, you can do whatever you need to do in the bowl and then put it back on, it will start going again. So I have actually popped in my boiled pasta recipe that I normally use for my TM6 in here tonight. And I've also got it on as an open lid cooking function with the TM7 as well. So I'm going to pop those back up so you can see. It's not called boiled long pasta in here. Give me 1 second. It's just decided not to actually find the recipe for me on here. I have it bookmarked. It's one of my favorite things to do is bookmark my most used recipes, and you can do it on both models. Thank God. So I've already had the water in there. I've already preheated it up, and that's been done. So I can skip past those ones. No, I don't really add salt or anything like that when I'm doing my pasta. But same as with the TM7, you actually do have your recipes. Your screen is the ability to be able to show videos within your recipes as well. So this one actually has the little, I don't know whether you can see that one actually playing. I'll bring you a little bit closer. That one's showing you how to put the pasta in. Much smaller screen, as you can see, compared to the long pasta on this one. But still has the ability to be able to show little videos. All right, so I'm going to click on next with same as with what I did with the 6. I'm going to skip past all those bits, and we're going to add in our pasta into both here. So I've got some fettuccine. So you can see the long pasta version of this particular recipe.
We can't see your TM7 at the moment, Jodie.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Click on it. It says 320. Obviously, if you're just doing something that's got water in it and you're boiling something, you don't actually have to have the correct amount of pasta. You can do whatever is suitable for you and your family. Although you can't go too much over the maximum, obviously, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to pop in about 150 grams into the the TM6. I'm going to pop in roughly about the same for my, so you can see the scales come up automatically on the TM6 as well. I'm just going to pop in about the same amount into both so that we can compare the both together. So this one says without the measuring cup, so it's going to cook that down within the hole there. My TM7's just ticked off that I have the correct amount of pasta in there. Thank you, TM. And I'm just going to hit play with the TM7. So we're going to see how that compares with the two. Obviously, with the TM6, you have to put in, same with your TM7, you have to put in the amount of minutes that you cook your pasta for.
Which you just get off the packet.
Yeah, which you just get off the packet. So I can actually adjust though with my TM7. I can adjust because it came up as an automatic 4-minute cook. We know it's going to take more than 4 minutes to cook pasta. So I'm going to add on some time there, which you can adjust that as you go. Same as you can adjust the actual, can you see my screens clearly? You can actually adjust the temperature too as you're going. So if you're cooking something that's open cooking and you need to adjust the temperature as well as you go, you can actually adjust that temperature too while it's actually going. And as that pasta softens, you'll see I can easily just use one of my spatulas, which also you'll notice there's a big difference in spatulas, to just press that pasta down, whereas I kind of have to wait for it to really soften a little bit into the 6 and allow that action of it spinning around to actually spin down. And it actually, I don't know whether anyone does their pasta a lot in there, but it does often catch down underneath the blades. Whereas with this open lid cooking, it's like having a pot on the stove. So it's literally just sitting there boiling away while it's going. So it's going to just press down as it goes into that nice hot water and cook at the same time. Let's chat about these.
Fabulous.
Let's just chat about these spatulas for a second. Look at the difference in those.
Woo.
Difference with your TM7 and your TM6, TM5 spatula. This one is a very special one, by the way. It's a consultant only one.
Yeah, please don't rub it in.
Just stay on, you can learn a little bit more about all our special things that we get. But you'll see it is a little bit longer in design, your TM7 spatula. So it's designed to go all the way down. Turn you around again, all the way down inside that bowl and actually scoot all the way around like so. It still does have quite a soft, flexible silicone in it, the same as what our TM6 one does. If you have a TM31, you'll know you've got the really hard.
Yeah, I forgot to show that. Look.
Yeah.
Spatula's right.
Can't move it. It's so stiff.
It is a little bit more different with your lifting up of your bowls too with your spatulas. This one has a lot more of a sharper angle, so that when you're pulling your steaming basket out of your Thermomix, the gravity actually holds your steam basket a lot better. I don't know whether anyone experienced this before, but sometimes when you're pulling out your basket with your TM5, TM6 spatula, or even your TM31, the angle is just not sharp enough. So sometimes it will fall off if you've got a heavy basket full of ingredients there. So they're the differences that I found with the spatulas. Also, this one does have a cute little turner in the bottom, which you can turn the knob at the bottom of your Thermomix to release dough. If you don't know that trick, you probably need to check in with your consultant. But yeah, they're the different spatulas as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, Jodie, can you just tell me, because I'm a really messy cook and I slop stuff all over my Thermomix all the time. Yeah. Is there a difference between the 6 and the 7 with having a dirty screen?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have actually tested this baby with the screen fully coated with butter and it still works. So you might notice with your TM5 and your TM6, it is a little bit sensitive when it has things that are splashed on it. Sometimes you might need to stop and wipe it, maybe with one of these fabulous TM.
Oh, hello.
What are they called? Tea towels?
Tea towels.
And I find myself having to wipe the screen all the time with the TM6, because I'm such a messy cook myself. TM6, TM5, always wiping it down. But TM7, you don't need to. You can be a messy cook like me and Tess.
Yay! Gotta love that.
Yeah.
I just love how big the screen is because I don't have to go looking for my glasses to read what's on the screen.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm blind as a bat, so having the big screen is great. But you'll notice, like, I don't know whether you can see in, but all that pasta is now immersed in that bowl because I've been able to control that myself. If I were to want to have a look into the TM6, I would actually have to stop it then lift the lid up, wait for those arms to release, of course. Waiting.
Oh, yes. It's
waiting. Got to because it's already hot, so it's counting down the 20 seconds to make sure it's safe for, which is great, but having the open lid cooking is like so next level. So we've got 1 second. Oh, there we go. Finally, it's released.
Oh, I was just waiting for you.
My is immersed in that water. We're good to go back and starting.
My people aren't on here.
What? How different is that?
awesome. Fantastic. Sorry, I'm just going through and making sure people are muted.
Yeah, I just did 2 tests. Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. All right. How are you going, Donna?
I'm ready.
Ah, fantastic
I
timing.
have just finished. I actually just gave them an extra 1 minute because we had an extra 1 minute until I was back on. So it was 11 minutes in each machine. And I'm going to show you because it's going to be wild. All right. So we'll start with our TM5. And the very first thing that I always notice when I go back to using an older model is I always need to be careful when I grab the bowl out because it's obviously hot, so you can't just grab anywhere around the bowl. But I'll pop it into the glass bowl so that you can see what it looks like. And I've got the old TM5 spatula. So we're 11 minutes on our top browning mode there. And this is what we have. So
they don't look very brown.
I wouldn't even say they're a bit soft, but not brown at all. Yep. Just a little bit softened up. And then we'll come to so exciting.
Look at that steam. You've just had a facial.
So much more. And obviously I can pick up the bowl and it's not hot at all. The great thing about the insulated case is not only is it not hot on the outside, but it's going to keep your food inside hot for a lot longer. And then are you ready?
Oh, look at the difference.
So much difference.
Bang on, T. The flavour. My goodness. Next level.
The smell between the two, there is absolutely no comparison. Look at that colour difference.
That is amazing. That's what 40 degrees difference makes. And
I can remember making caramelised onion in my TM5 years ago, and I would have to put it on for about 50 minutes to get it to minute. And that was 10 minutes in our TM7.
And that's just brilliant. Like when hubby's cooking a steak on the barbecue and he doesn't want to get his barbecue all, grotty with onions, I just whack them in and usually the onions are ready before the steak.
Just unbelievable on that one. The only other thing I wanted to touch on based off that cook is obviously you've got a pre-clean function in your 5, but it is tailored in your TM7. So in your TM7, when you want to do a pre-clean, especially if you've done something like browning in there, you can go into our pre-clean mode and it will come up with a clean based off what you've cooked. And you get all these cute little visuals. So we've got a quick clean, a universal clean, a dough clean, a browning clean, or a fat and a caramel clean. And I don't know if anybody talked about yet, but the sugar stages that we have in the 6 and the 7. So something that our TM5 doesn't have, but our 7 does, is what we call sugar stages, which allows you to do sugar type sweet work. So making honeycomb, making toffees, anything like that that requires precision when you're dealing with sugar, you can do that in our 7. So something that our TM5 owners wouldn't have experienced before, which is an awesome thing to be able to do.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Thank you. What are you going to do with those onions now?
Oh, I might have to have steak sandwiches tomorrow night.
You might have to put those TM5 onions in the TM7 to
Yes. They're definitely going in there for a while.
Can you take a photo for us, Donna?
Yes.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, I'll take a photo of that. Yeah.
Now, not for a minute are we bagging our previous models because we all have attachment to them. And when I saw Donna's 31 there, it brought back a flood of memories because that was my first ever Thermomix. And I still remember when the 5 came out, how excited we were. It was just so, technologically advanced. And then when the 6 came out, we thought, can't get any better, you know. I don't even know why they're releasing another model. I remember with the trade up saying to people, you know, who I knew really well, I just can't see how they could improve it that much, but they did. And then the 7, oh my goodness, I was really lucky enough to be over in Berlin when it was announced to the world that the TM7 was coming. And I just remember looking at it going, holy cow, it's completely different. And the black just contrast really quite surprised me. But, you know, Borvik are so innovative. They have surveyed multiple people throughout the world, and the results came back that 25% of people preferred white, 25% of people preferred a colour, but 50% of people preferred black. And because a lot of the components of the TM7 are actually made from recyclable material, that is why it is black. Now, I know people say, oh, but it won't look good in my kitchen. But I'm sorry, I have to disagree. Black goes with everything. That's
That was
why
me.
we're in.
That was me.
That was you?
My honest opinion when I first saw it was I was taken back. I was like, oh no, I've always had white. I think white. And I'm ready. I've got a TM6 and a TM7. I'm ready for 2 7s because I just love the look of the 7 so much better now that I've actually had it in my kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it funny? People at first, they just go, no, can't have a black appliance in my kitchen. But I've yet to see a kitchen where it does not look good in. Yeah, really stands out. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Donna. How are you going, Jodie?
Yeah, we're all done here too. So I've actually
Awesome.
got perfect timing, 5 seconds on the TM7 because I was a little bit later putting the time in for that one. Just to show you the difference to the lids, often you're asked to place the steam basket on top of your TM5 or your TM6 because of the design of the lid, the previous lid that we had, the new one that came in that clipped in. You don't have to do that with your TM7. So another difference in there. All right, let's have a look and see how our pasta has turned out. And you're going to have to trust me on this, guys, because I am a little bit of an al dente girl. But I'm going to have a little bit of a little taste of a strand out of each, just so that I can give you the final lowdown.
Aren't you supposed to throw it at the wall, Jodie? Is that how you know it's al dente?
I dare you.
Oh, I love it. It's very hot. All right. This is the TM7 and this is the TM6. Oh, you know what? They're both pretty good. They both cook pasta. I still think the TM7 actually won on the al dente with that one. There was no other differences I could pick on that, but I did think of something while Donna was talking. Now I can't think of what I need to compare it to. It's just so fantastic. I love, like, next we're going to finish that off until al dente. Yeah, we know that that's al dente, and we're all going to strain our pasta through our Varoma, so that hasn't changed. And you've seen the difference with the Varoma as well. So yeah.
Has anyone? I don't think we've spoken about the simmering basket. The difference with that.
Yeah, so I don't have my TM7 one with me, but this was the TM6. I can go and grab my 7 if you want. Give me 1 second. Are you ready?
Here we go. Maybe
here.
Donna can take over.
That's right. I've got my basket here. Look, we can snap at each other. So slightly different colour, and as Jodie said, slightly different angle with pulling the basket out of, which I'm still getting used to.
Same.
Out of the bowl. There we go. So it's a much sharper angle than the previous models. We've also got this little slot at the top that you can use your spatula to open the basket as well, so you don't burn your fingies as you do it. It's also that black colour, so it doesn't go green. And I find that with the butterfly whisk as well. They've made it the black colour because I don't know about you guys, but has anyone got a green butterfly from making curries and things? This is the TM31 butterfly. But they've gone that black, so it doesn't, the turmeric doesn't stain the accessories either. So same capacity. The basket is the same capacity in all models, but that's the TM31 basket. Doesn't have a lid, whereas this one's got the lid, just so you know that where to fill it up to. That's it. And the TM6 one had the lid as well. Can we do it in sync, Jodie?
We love it.
So yeah, that's the bowl there. Oops, Nora's just turned off. And so has Thelma. So yeah, that's the difference in those accessories as well. And then for anyone who didn't see the spatula before when I was showing it when Jodie was talking, that's the harder spatula with the TM31.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rock hard.
She's well used, but
Tess, there's one really big thing that we forgot.
What?
Is how much easier the 7 is to clean. The actual
yes.
Like how many hours have we all spent cleaning the arms of the 6 or the 5 and the 31 and down and around? Whereas I did just want to highlight, if you haven't actually seen a TM7 in person, these little what do you call that? The pattern that's on the top of the 7, it is abrased. When I first visualized it, I thought it was going to be indented, but it's not. So it's actually just as easy as giving it a wipe like that, and you're completely done. That's it.
It's super easy, isn't it? And did anyone speak about the glider board too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did. Yeah.
That. Somebody just asked about the cutter test. Do you want me to show them the new?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I can't do that because I don't have one.
I have my new baby, which I just post on my page tonight because I unboxed it all for real. But you can see we do have a new TM7 cutter that is available at the moment, but you can only get it at the moment through recruitment. So if you are wanting to join on our TM for you, so hang around and listen to what Tess has to say about that. You can get yourself a cutter if you get a sale in your first 30 days, and so can your recruiter. So if you've got a really consultant that you love to death and you want to get a cutter, that's the only way that she can get it as well. So the design is a little bit different. It's got like the handles on the side here. The lid, actually, when I used it today, I found it clipped in so much more securely than what my older cutter did. So this is the design of the TM5, TM6 cutter. You can see that handles are a lot smaller on it. Still has the same slicing, grating lid inside, but I just think it's just like, as everything when they develop it, it's just a way better design for the newer one coming in. So yes, we have got a cutter coming. It will be probably available for you guys early in the year next year, but at the moment the only way you can get it is by recruiting somebody. If you're a consultant or if you are coming in on TM for you, you can get one in your first 30 days if you get a sale.
There is another way coming soon of how people can get a cutter. Did you want to talk about that, Jodes?
Let's talk about that now.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. All right. I was going to talk to you guys about our beautiful Spring Fling host reward, which is only on until the end of the month. So we do have an extensive catalogue at the moment, which you can access if you've still got a couple of days to be able to access those rewards as well. We've got beautiful vacuum seal jars, grazing boards, cupcake boxes, but we're about to really streamline our host rewards. So we will have, from the 1st of November moving onward, only 2 options, but 2. One will be the Cutter Plus for either the TM7 or the TM6 or the TM5, because that TM6 one fits into the TM5 as well, just needs to be used manually. And our brand new thermo servers. So I'll grab one for you in a minute, but they are
awesome.
So our 2 options moving forward in November.
Here we go. Donna's got one.
Oh, fabulous. Thanks, Donna.
No, not me. I don't have one. Sorry.
I just don't have the bottom for it.
That's all right.
Straps it on because I've lost it already.
Oh, you're kidding. It'll show up.
So slightly different shape, you can see, and our lids actually really helps with that insulation as well. It's got a what do you call that around there? Like a
seal.
A seal. Yeah, there you go. That helps to hold that on. It's the same. It's 2.7 litres, so slightly bigger than our current one, and it sits on top. And if you've got more than one, they actually stack inside each other as well, which is really
love that.
So taking up much less space in the cupboard. And I've found that they do keep the food hotter for much longer.
Absolutely.
well.
Yep.
And they also have a silicone or rubber strap that sits on the bottom and then clips on and holds your lid shut for transport. So you can transport your food to your friend's place in your thermoserver really easily without having to pack it into something without it spilling. And
I love that. No, we can't buy them. You can only get them from hosting.
Yeah. Just as a host reward.
Awesome. And then how do they get them, Jodie? What do they have to do to earn a host reward?
So to host, you only need 2 plus you to have a host reward. So you need to offer the cooking experience to beautiful friends to come along and yourself, and pick your menu, and very, very little organization. Your consultant will bring most of it, the things that you need with her, and you just sit back and relax and earn yourself a beautiful thermoserver or a Carter Plus.
Awesome. Do we have any questions, T, in the chat that we need to address?
No, I think I have answered everything. Is everyone been typing away?
Fastest finger first there, girl. Well done. And she's not well either. So yay to you for helping us out tonight.
That's okay.
Yeah. Where's Donna gone? Let's spotlight her again. I can't find her. T, can you find Donna and spotlight her again? Awesome.
I'm waving my arms.
I found her.
Oh, you found her.
Awesome. Well, I would love to just I'll just add a spotlight.
Can I just say, Tess, one thing we forgot to say is about the finish sound. I don't know, the TM31 used to drive me batty. I had my TM31 when my 13-year-old boy was a newborn. And if I was, booby trapped or nap trapped on the couch and that thing was beeping, it was continuously beeping until I got up. And it was, I don't know whether it can.
I forgot to say, I remembered it while Donna was talking, and then I forgot all about it. So
yes, listen to that.
Very important.
Oh, it's ear-piercing.
And now the TM7 is a beautiful dance music.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Actually, it does. It makes you want to dance. Can I just say a massive thank you to the girls who presented tonight. You've got a wealth of knowledge here. We've got Donna, who's been around since the 31 days and knows it like the back of her hand. Thank you, Donna, very much for the comparison. Thank you, Donna, for giving us the TM5 comparison. And, of course, thank you, Jodie, for the TM6 comparison. And thank you, T, for manning the chat. That's quite a big job. You've done really well. That is awesome. All right. So if you are interested in getting a TM7, the trade up, we haven't actually spoken about what's involved. What happens with the trade up is you purchase your TM7 and you are given a buyback rate. Okay. So with the TM31, you get $250 back. Off the price of the Thermomix. Can anyone tell me quickly what that is?
2399.
Thank you very much, Donna. So that's pretty cool. And you're not left without a Thermomix for long, because as soon as you take it to the post office to post it off free of charge, once the post office scan it, your TM7 will be sent to you. And the good news is we are back to normal delivery times. We got the most humongous shipment over from Germany. So we have got lots in stock. So obviously that is while stocks last. So at the moment we have a 10 business day dispatch happening. And if you're lucky, if you get in soon, it could even be quicker. Then we've got the TM5 trade up deal, and that is $450 off the cost of your TM7. Anyone going to help me out here with what that works out to be?
2199.
2199, beautiful. And then of course with the TM6 you get $750 back for the price of your TM7, which brings it down under the magic $2,000, and you can get one for $18.99.
Less than what I paid for Thelma back in the day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, what was that, $19.39?
Yes.
Yes, same. So what do we all think about that? And with your machine that you are trading up, it doesn't need to be working. So if you've been meaning to get it into service, to get it repaired, you don't need to now. Just return it as it is. We need you to return all the parts that you still have in relation to what you would have purchased it with, the inclusive parts. So things like spatula, Varoma, that sort of thing. But if you're missing something, you've lost the butterfly, whatever, no problem. No worries at all. All right. Does anyone have any questions about the actual trade up deal and the mechanics of making that happen?
Someone did ask, can you trade in 2 machines for one? But no, you
Great
cannot.
question.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly
One
right.
for one, basically.
One for one. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the beauty, obviously, of trading in your machine is that, you know, you don't have to go through the bother of marketplace, which can be really tiresome. I've always recommended to my customers when selling their Thermomixes, previous models, to go onto marketplace, but it's become so overrun with TM6s at the moment. There is just a glut of them on marketplace. So it's going to save you the hassle of putting it on marketplace, having to answer really dumb questions and having to have people come over to your house. And unfortunately, there's a lot of scamming going on marketplace at the moment as well. So if you're a convenience type of person, it really is super convenient. That's a good question, Rebecca. Thank you. The returned machines, I haven't heard this round what is going on with them, but typically they are refurbished if they can be refurbished, and they are usually donated to charities or given to schools. They are disposed of responsibly. So if they are not able to be refurbished, they will be disposed of in an environmentally friendly capacity. And as I've mentioned, the TM7 is, I can't remember the amount of recyclability. That's not a word. Can anyone help me out here?
There's a percentage of the plastic that on the TM7 is made from recycled materials.
Yes, thank you. We just can't off the top of our head remember what that percentage is. So there we go. That is the conclusion of our comparison class tonight. If you are tempted, if you are interested, please go back to the consultant who has invited you along tonight. And if you don't have a consultant, we will be sending this recording to you via email over the coming days. And you are more than welcome to respond to that email, and I will find you a local consultant in your area. Failing that, you can jump on the Thermomix website and ask for a consultant to be recommended to you. But I'm guessing most of you have been invited by someone tonight. So please, you know, if you want to jump onto the website and put in interest in trading up, you can pop that consultant's name in the form, and then they'll get the benefit of having you as their customer and looking after you on your customer journey.
So a consultant needs to send out the order link tests to the customer, and then once you've paid your buyback price for your TM7, you'll be sent an email by Thermomix Australia or Vorwerk Australia that lets you know exactly how to send your TM31 5 or 6 back free of charge.
Yep, no postage charged at all, which is fantastic. So convenient. All right, well, I hope you've really enjoyed our session tonight. Thank you all for joining us. And you have seen the revolution that is the TM7. It is an incredible product. We absolutely love it. As you can tell, we're very passionate about this product and also the company. So if you would like to learn more about being a consultant and perhaps earning your Thermomix for half price or even $650 off the price of it, by becoming a consultant. Please stay on. I'll just give a couple of minutes now for those of you who are not interested to jump off. And I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to have you join us here on a Wednesday night, and we look forward to seeing you at our next class, which is a Christmas hamper class on the 17th of November. I will pop the details to that class in the email that I send you over the coming days. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.